Is the pandemic over? The pandemic is over.
So is it over? I think it's better. I posted a video recently talking about the fact that deaths are at the lowest point they have been in 2.5 years, and that's something to celebrate. And I've been called a fearmonger on this app for months now, but this was the first time I was called a joymonger. Basically, people telling me I was minimizing COVID, and what about long COVID, and maybe deaths are undercounted, and all of those things. And I think it's okay to celebrate that things are better. I think it's okay to look back and say we've come a long way, we've worked really hard, we've gotten vaccinated, there's lots of natural immunity, there's less death, and that's a good thing. But that doesn't mean it's over. There's no scientific definition of when the pandemic is over. There's no magical number of cases per day or severe disease or deaths per day that defines the end of the pandemic. Previously with flu pandemics, we were able to do that because when flu went down to its usual seasonally adjusted rate, we could say that the pandemic part of it was over. We don't have that luxury with COVID-19 disease because this is a novel coronavirus. And so we're going to have to decide as a society what is the background rate of cases and severe disease and death that we're going to accept as a tolerable background rate and decide that we're out of the pandemic phase of this disease. I can tell you that a lot of people are at that point. I see them making comments on my videos. They are mentally checked out. For them, the pandemic is over. But I can also tell you that for many other people, the pandemic is not over. And that includes the 11,000 people per week who are still dying of COVID-19 disease around the world. It includes the many patients I see in my clinic who have long COVID, who have long-term consequences from this infection. And it includes the millions of people who have weak immune systems from various conditions and don't have good protection from this virus, whether they're immunized or whether they have had prior infection and continue to have to exercise lots of caution. So to hear the leader of the free world say that the pandemic is over, to me, is problematic because for a lot of people, it's not over. And for those who are still maintaining caution, I think they may throw caution to the wind. And for people who should be getting that next dose of the vaccine to protect them against severe disease, I think this may dissuade them from getting it, which is a huge problem. And I know a lot of you are going to leave comments saying, pandemic is over, why are you talking about it? It's irrelevant, move on. But for a minute, think about all of those other people out there who just don't have the luxury of acting like the pandemic is over.